Jocktober.
Happy Jocktober, everybody.
1/3 of the women polled said they do this right after a breakup.
My guess is tickle their clit with a rake.
It's a celebration of craptastic radio from around this great nation of ours.
A little more specific. That's pretty good.
That's the whole thing we did. She looks like every actress who was like a really hot teenager who's battling cancer later in life.
So turn up this turd-tacular radio. It's Jocktober.
Jocktober! Yeah, everybody! Pshoo! Pshoo! Jocktober! 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 It's Jocktober, ladies and gentlemen. When we take a look at some of the shows around the dial that stink, that are still doing the same old shit over and over, the pre-produced stock bought from a company bits, playing them off like they're their own with actors and all that phoniness, trying to come off like they're on the edge, wild, and meanwhile, firmly under the GM and PD's thumb. Today, of course, no Jocktober would be complete without featuring Todd. He used to be, of course, from the, Todd Pettengill, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
Todd Pettengill from the Scott and Todd show. And it's Todd and Jayde in the morning now. And who's Jayde, if you could refresh everyone's memory?
Jayde is Jade Donovan.
And that's a hole.
She's a woman.
She's a woman.
She doesn't really play...
She doesn't play the part of the hole.
She's the host of the show.
Oh, what is Todd?
Todd, contributes every minute with a and then he tries to wrap it up with a funny joke at the end.
Oh, let's see. All right, now that's a good picture. We've looked at her. She's a pretty girl?
Yeah.
It's not fake pretty?
No, I actually, there's a video of where Annie, another woman on the show who talks more than Todd.
Wow.
She bet Todd that she had to wear a bikini in Times Square for I don't know what. And there's a video just showing Annie and Jade, and they're both very good looking.
Can we please masturbate to this video? Thank you. Pulling it up. Pulling it up. All right. Jade. What's with hot girls getting into radio? That was never the case. Never. They all hide behind that mic. My God, man.
That's Annie.
Holy shit. Right. Damn. Annie. Yeah. All right. What about the video?
One sec. I didn't send the link to Ben.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll wait. Yeah, years ago, girls in radio had the sultry, sexy voice and just an abomination. Usually a lot heavier. Here we go.
The walk of shame is here. Annie, are you ready? It truly looks like a walk of shame at this point. I got my high heels. And it's perfect weather, don't you think? Yes, this is just the perfect setting, is it? Look at Annie.
I wish girls didn't talk.
Bare legs.
I wish they just didn't fucking talk.
Ready to do this.
Listen to
Elbow
these
better not be a
hands.
perv. Oh my God.
Wearing a bikini this weather would be
Hey, it's Amy.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be very happy, but if I were to give up social media for letting break it, I guess it'd be proper punishment.
Yeah.
There's a guy from City Sites
It's
here looking at me
Gore-Tex.
saying, take your coat off, right?
Yes, take the coat off. Right now, I want to see. Take the coat off. Be ready.
You hear this? The coat is still on, Annie. She walked half a block with the coat still on. Okay, I'm going. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. I want to do it. No. Want me to help you? You can do this.
All right.
You can do this. I got your jacket. Okay, start walking.
It's a one piece.
Yeah, she chickened out. The bet was a bikini, and then
Yeah.
it's what Amy Schumer wore to SNL.
Yeah, she's got a little junk there, but
She's got a crowd of people now watching her.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Obviously, you'd have to fuck her.
Yeah.
She's cute. Got a little ass to play. All right. A little New York finest action right there. Fired. Don't comment. Here it is. Shouldn't they be beating black people? What happened? Jesus Christ. All right. Well, that was nice. At least we know they're hot.
Yeah, that was just to see what they look like.
Yeah. All right. So we got Todd and Jayde in the morning. That was the video. Annie in the bikini. Very nice. All right. What are they doing these days? What type of radio are we looking at? We got. They play music. New York's best music, apparently.
Yes.
95.5 WPLJ. New York's best music. Okay.
And it's it's different from the Scott and Todd show where they kind of had bits and stuff like that. This is just bring up a news story. Everyone talks. Todd goes, all right, in the background a few times.
Oh, okay.
And then
doesn't contribute much?
No.
All right.
You'll see here in the first clip, Jayde doesn't follow the yes and kind of thing, with type of improv that they're doing.
Oh, okay.
And she just shuts him down quickly with all the ideas he has.
Wow.
Todd, I thought of you. I forgot to tell you. They had a guy dressed up in a pickle costume in a dunk tank. So you get to throw a ball and you knock that little dill into like brine.
Did he float?
No, and he was angry too. He was an angry pickle.
Well, he's trying to bait you, right? Saying mean things to try to get you to dunk him?
No, he didn't say anything.
Oh,
he just, whenever he got dunked, he'd make a face and then he'd be like, all right, kids, I'm done. He was a very
He was a bitter pickle.
Yeah, he was.
6:53, Annie, what's happening?
Oh, God, pickle. 6:53. Nothing makes a better punchline than the time. That's the greatest punchline. Hey, why'd the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side, 7:15. Hey. All right. You put Velcro on the ceiling. 5 after 9. Yeah, you wet their lips and stick them to the wall. 8:15. 3 if you slice them thin enough. 5:40 in the morning. Oh my God. The warden. 9:12. Yeah, nothing makes a better punchline than you throwing the time in there. That really keeps the laughs a-going. Keeps the laughs going.
But you see how that clip was driven by Jayde. She
Yes.
was telling Todd, like, this is what happened. And that's how everything is. Like, the next clip is some guy got fired for farting too much at his job.
Ho-ho!
So there's humor in that.
Look out.
And it's not even like horrendous bad. It just
lays there as nothing. Okay.
Nothing, yeah.
All right.
So there's the couple people I wanted to tell you about. Richard and Luann Clem both worked at Case Pork Roll Company in Trenton.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Richard was fired, and now Luann is suing the company, claiming his firing was a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Oh,
boy. Which is a heavy statement. Seems that Richard was terminated for extreme flatulence in the workplace.
Ew.
You can actually be fired for tooting too many times?
Apparently.
Yeah, the smell, that's like unbearable. But I mean, it's like people with bad body odor that you have to work next to.
Do they put that on your exit paperwork? Like farted too much?
Yeah, can you get like what do you got, unemployment? When you work, you imagine go down to the unemployment office? Yeah, I got fired because of
I'm a serial pooter.
You can't really control that, right? So is that, I guess, maybe his argument?
Yeah.
So he underwent gastric bypass surgery to lose 420 pounds.
Whoa!
But the embarrassing side effect include, extreme gas and uncontrollable movements. So the company said that caused...
Thank you for not saying that.
Yes, no problem. The D word. Significant disruption in the workplace because of his, stuff.
I can imagine that would be a little off-putting to be in a cubicle next to this fella or on the line if it's Case Factory.
Yeah.
Be out on the floor with.
I mean, for conversation's sake, let's say that they work in a cubicle type of a situation.
Right.
Can you imagine being next to Richard?
No, that wouldn't be good.
No.
I mean, you're on the phone. What was
I love
that?
the can you imagine?
All the time. Or maybe just the plume of smoke that would swing your way.
But the odor is a big problem. If you ever worked with anybody that has like bad body odor and they don't know. One time I had that and like nobody knew what to say. So nobody would say anything.
Really?
And everybody tried to push it off like to HR, like back in the day, like, oh, well, that's HR's job. They got to say something. But nobody ever said anything. They just complained about it all the time.
How do you not know when you smell? How do you not know?
We talked about this last week on a different subject. I think they get smell immune.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even smell themselves anymore.
You get used to your own scent.
I guess.
I
But
don't know.
somebody else, I mean, gosh.
Anyway, so
Anyway, yeah, can you imagine being in a cubicle next to him? Yeah.
That was the only sentence he said that whole 2-minute clip.
Yeah, it was just usually, bleh,
Made a fart sound, I think.
bleh. Here's Todd. Bleh. What the fuck? Bleh. Could you imagine he puts a tube in his ass and puts it into someone else's cubicle? Could you imagine he's on Venus? Could you imagine? Oh, yeah. We can imagine anything. Can you imagine? Ugh, hate the can you imagine? Whew. Can you imagine? Could you have imagined that Scott would be doing so much better than you? I couldn't imagine that. I got a tree on my house. I want to see the fart movie.
Yeah, when they brought Jayde in, they got rid of Cooper, Fitz, and Meatball.
I remember Cooper, Fitz, and Meatball. They're now a law firm. Could you imagine if they were a law firm? Could you imagine it? Hey, Cooper, where's Meatball? I got a lawsuit he's got to do. I don't know. Hey, Your Honor, it's Meatball. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Could you imagine? Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a hack. I'm not the only one. What else we got for this Jocktober featuring Todd Jayde?
The next clip is identical to the last one, except the topic is different, about a priest pulling a gun on a kid.
Oh, hold on. I got to put that picture back because I got to point something out. Now, look, I'm due at John Sahag very, very soon. When you start coloring your hair, there's a sacrifice you have to make. You can't grow in the fucking stubble. You can't go for the young guy stubble thing anymore because the stark contrast of the gray beard coming in with the dyed hair. I mean, look, right to the roots. That is fucking, you just can't do that. I understand, you might not want to, be the old silver fox. You might not want to have the old Paulie Walnuts going. But then you got to forfeit the grub. Yeah. All right. Let's hear the next Todd Jayde in the morning. New York's best music.
Feel free to bail out at any time with this.
Oh, please.
Anyway, so
Bail.
speaking of football, there's a
That was terrible. All right, let's hear a little.
who is a priest at St. Margaret's Roman Catholic Church. This is in Little Ferry, New Jersey.
Where's it Roman
A few
to?
weeks ago, after Sunday Mass,
gotta keep
he
that
pulled a
church,
gun on an
still.
8-year-old boy because the kid said he was going to root for the Dallas Cowboys over the Giants later that day.
It's a heated rivalry.
First of all, there's a priest carrying a gun and he's pulling it on 8-year-old boys. What? I mean, I guess the gun was a Civil War style musket, and it was all supposed to be like a joke.
Jeez, who's that got those? Musket. I never thought hear you say the word musket, right?
Musket. Yeah, it was all supposed to be just a big joke, but still, pulling a gun on a kid is never really.
No.
Not really.
Especially if you're a priest.
But think about that. If you were a kid, say go back 20 years, right? Do you think that happened? Well, I'm trying to be generous. So go back 20 years and you were a kid, you probably wouldn't have reported that. You probably would have just laughed it off, right? And this day and age was so sensitive.
Can you imagine the kids trying to tell that story at school? Like, my pastor pulled a musket on me. Yeah, right.
Could you imagine the priest fucks the kid with a musket?
It's so funny you guys brought that up because last night my mom gave my nephew his Halloween costume, so he's gonna be a little pirate, right? So she puts a little hat on the eye patch, and he has this little like plastic sword, and I'm like, Landon, go chop off Uncle Sean's legs. And he's like, cut. And then I go, no, wait, don't do that, because then I'm thinking I'm overly sensitive. I'm like, what if he goes to school and like pretends to chop somebody, or like, you know?
So he kicked her. He kicked me in the shin and came in my eye.
But I'm not a parent. But then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, am I teaching him how to like cut somebody's legs off? What if he goes to school and
It's
does
not
that?
a real sword, was it? It's a plastic
It was
one.
a plastic
So I
one.
think you'd be
But
all
I'm
right.
saying I'm teaching him the
Could you
motion.
imagine
I
he
was
brought
like,
a
oh my gosh, I'm teaching him to go like, you know,
Yeah,
fight
good
with a
job,
sword.
Annie, because he's going to get a hold of a real machete and chop somebody's head off or arm off for real.
And then they're going to interview him. And so how did you learn at that age?
My aunt told me to do it.
My auntie
I
Anne
thought it was
Marie.
cute. He was like, I'm going to cut your legs off. Ha ha. And then, of course, you know, Sean's playing dead. Oh, my legs. And I was like, this is really
That's
bad.
normal.
Kid
That's what you do.
Is it though?
Okay, Annie, when you were a kid, you played a game called Bloody Murder. It's fine that you're chopping appendages off.
I think
That
I'm
was when she got her
overthinking it.
first
Maybe
period.
I'm not a parent, but
You
you hear
think?
all these bad
No.
stories of kids going to school
Played
and they
Bloody Murder.
simulate an act or something, and then they get sent home.
Yeah,
right?
no.
We've heard that before.
Totally. I think that all the time because one of my Halloween costumes requires a gun.
Did you say one of my Halloween costumes?
Yeah,
Oh,
I got
you bought
two.
more than
As
one.
a child or for this year?
No,
this year.
This
Oh,
year.
great.
So one of them has a gun involved with it, but I'm afraid, like, I don't think I'm going to wear it in the city.
No,
'Cause-
don't.
Right? Because you can't.
Does it look like a toy gun or does it look like a real gun? Is there like orange on the
Doesn't
top
matter.
of it?
Actually, I
City,
encourage
pal.
you to wear
I
it.
would
And
love
then
to
go
have-
Take the
get
gun out in
arrested.
Times Square and wave it around.
Now traffic.
Oh, bip, 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 bip. Oh, that's fantastic.
So it's like-
fantastic.
The kids, quote unquote, have a show, and Todd's just there.
Yeah, that's
And
what
he's
it's
just-
like.
All right.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Could you imagine a fossil doing a show with two young gals? Could you imagine? Lady T, what's up?
Hey, Anthony, take a look at that picture. That arm's photoshopped.
Her arm
got
is
a black-
photoshopped. The Todd and Jayde picture.
Yeah. She's got a black shirt on, and she's got this great big old Popeye forearm around his shoulder.
I don't know. It's no, it looks like she's hanging on him. I don't know what you're looking at. Should be looking at the road, God damn it. I don't know. I don't know if it's Photoshop. Not that they don't Photoshop these constantly. I understand that part, but I don't think this one is.
They did a good job on the shadows and the reflection of the black shirt if they did.
Yeah. Lady Trucker, I was thinking of you last night, believe it or not. I was watching YouTube videos of horrific truck crashes.
Oh, okay.
It was fantastic. A lot of them in Russia. And over in Europe and Russia, apparently there's a lot of lawsuits over there. People try to extort money from people for accidents. So a lot of people have these dash cams in their vehicles, and they capture a lot of fucking crazy shit.
See that one where the guy flipped out of his windshield and sort of ran out of the accident?
Yeah, I saw that guy. He gets into a head-on, and he gets kind of not thrown out the windshield, but he goes through it kind of in slow motion, lands on his feet, and just kind of walks away. It's quite amazing. All right, thank you, Lady Trucker.
All right, thanks, sweetie. Bye.
Yeah, I don't think, sweetie, you'll address me as Mr. Cumia. Yeah, I don't think that's Photoshop. Okay, what else do we have as far as Todd going? Bop, 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 bop. I'm Todd. So Todd, could you imagine that? Bop, bop. Yeah.
There's two quick clips with just
Clit clips.
Click clips, and with horrible Todd jokes that are really old for the people in the room, and they just like laugh politely at them.
That sounds like me in my living room.
And supermodel Brooklyn Decker and retired tennis star Andy Roddick welcomed their first child into the world. It's a little late on the news. It was Wednesday, but they just released it in Us Weekly. Don't know the baby's name yet. That's the worst part when you find out, oh, baby news. What's the name?
It's crazy. Almost a week later, and not
Kept
only
it
is the
quiet.
announcement, been kept quiet,
But
but
her name's Brooklyn, so maybe it could be something like trendy and cool.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
He's Andy.
maybe Brandy.
He is. I know.
For Brooklyn and Andy.
Oh, Brandy.
Oh,
Brandy.
Brandy.
You're welcome.
You're a fine girl.
Oh, he referenced an old song. Brandon, you're a fine girl. Yeah. 937. Gotta be exact. Oh, my God. Brandy, you're a fine girl. Very good. Gray skies are going to clear up. Put on a happy face. That's one of the new hit numbers the kids are all going for.
It's weird on their Facebook page. It keeps saying like this article has 10 comments, and then I click see more comments, and they're all gone.
Who's Seymour Comments? Is he Seymour Butt's friend? Pat McGroin? Patio Furniture? Wow. All right.
So
what happened to Todd's song parodies? That was his like cornerstone.
I don't think he doesn't do anything now. He just
doesn't do anything. That must be a trend in radio these days. Jesus Christ.
It seems like it's all Jayde and whatever Jayde wants to talk about and the other younger people in the room. But
yeah.
Monk and Annie, I guess.
Oh, man.
But they do have this one bit they like to do.
Oh.
That's pretty, it's like their own. It's called Blown Off.
Oh, no.
And what happens is two people go out on a date, and then they want to call for the second date, but the girl never calls. So the guy calls the radio station, right? And then they call the girl and ask why.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that sounds unique.
Uh-huh.
If you're not in an overlapping market. So let's get this straight. 2 voice actors on the phone playing out a script that was sent by a show prep company.
Joe and Allison.
Allison. Ooh, it's all about Allison. All right. Let's listen in, shall we?
You go out on a date and meet someone, and it's the promise of the future. You have butterflies in your stomach. It's that anticipation of what might come. So you're looking forward to all great possibilities. The night is fantastic, and then what happens?
They never call you back. They go ghost on you, and you have 0 answers.
They go ghost on you. Is that...
That's what the cool kids are saying.
Cool kids are saying that? Like you fucking hook up, and then all of a sudden you're not hearing from that person anymore. They went ghost on you. That's good. That's when I like sending a close-up rectal picture. That'll either get their attention or not. You got to drop the atom bomb at some point. All right. Ghost.
So Joe calls in. He describes his date with Allison. Nothing's wrong.
Of course not. That's what the script says.
Joe is in this position, Jayde, and he's on the phone with us. Hey, Joe.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you this morning?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, well,
I'm here for
story,
you, Joe.
Tell us about the girl and the date. We want all the details.
I used to work with this girl, Allison, and, there was some sparks, but we never really did anything while we worked together, and so she left the job, I left the job, but I had her number, so I call her.
Sparks.
She says, yeah, I'd love to get together. So we'd go out for sushi, one of my favorite places.
That's what I call eating
she
box,
loved it, it was perfect.
Is that what he meant? He went out for sushi?
He then goes on
immature.
for 3 minutes describing the sushi date. This is before Allison calls or anything.
Come on, shut up.
And they stretch it out over 2 breaks, as you'll see here.
Jayde, it seems like this could be one of the very few blown-offs that maybe there is just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, maybe she just had like an allergic reaction to sushi or something, Joe.
I didn't think to, but anyway, that's why I'm calling you guys.
I'm reaching. I don't know.
We're here for you, Joe. In 3 minutes, we'll get Allison on the phone, see if we can get you some answers, okay?
3 minutes. Well, 3 minutes. And now, let me think. A song. Taylor Swift with... Are they still playing stuff from 1989?
That's their hallmark, is they still play songs from the 80s.
I mean the album. What's wrong with you?
Oh, sorry.
Taylor Swift's album.
But that is their catch, that they still play 80s songs and other adult contemporary radio stations don't anymore.
Really? So they'll fucking, hey, ladies and
I heard a lot of Madonna.
Oh, Madonna? Yeah. Yeah, great. That sounds fantastic. America's, New York's best music. All right.
So they call Allison out of the blue.
Allison.
And she is exasperated, just like the last whatever one.
Right. They're always exasperated, aren't they, Garrett?
What? Huh?
What? But Lou, Mary was, and then Murray. Lou.
All right, the phone's ringing here, so let Jade and I do the talking to start, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't worry, she knows. She's got the script. Hi, Todd.
Hello.
Good morning. Is this Allison?
Yes, Todd.
Hi, this is she.
Hi, Allison. It's Todd and Jade from 95.5 PLJ. We have you on the radio with us right now.
Why?
Good question.
Well, it's good news. There's a guy who is so into you that he would love to go out with you again. You went out with him once. His name is Joe.
He's very smitten.
Oh, my God.
You guys used to work together. We heard it was a great sushi date.
God.
So, hello?
Hi, I'm here. Yeah, I know Joe.
So how about a second date? Jade and I will even pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh, never in a million years. I want to fill up right now.
Why isn't Joe on the other end going, yeah, well, fuck you, cunt. I didn't like you either, you fucking cunt. It's never that. It's like, oh, but I thought we had a good time. I thought I'd be going, yeah, Todd, we fucked. And not only was her pussy rank, but it was huge. I saw hip-hop lyrics engraved in her womb. So I assumed some things.
Now, what could you imagine would be the problem with the date? One date went out to sushi.
One day, sushi. She says, no way in a million years. What did Joe do wrong? Did Joe do something wrong?
It's a fetish that Joe has.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. He likes to blow young boys in the bathroom.
Close.
Ah, fuck.
In full disclosure, Joe's on the other line, so we're going to give him a chance to tell us, get out in front of it, because when we asked him, he said he knew nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was a great date. Joe, what the heck happened?
We had a great time. Everything was going great. We had so much in common.
Diaper play? You think we have that in common? It is so disgusting. It's so disrespectful.
Wait, Allison, what did you say?
Don't you guys? Do you guys know what that is?
No, slow down.
Hang on.
Maybe
Hold on. All right, Allison, take it easy. Slow down.
Diaper play. Have you ever heard of that? I thought it was a movie or a TV show I missed. The summer I went away to Europe when I was an exchange student. I mean, no, it's not a TV show. It's not a movie.
I mentioned it and you didn't.
Oh my God! Don't talk. Do you guys know what it is?
No, Allison, did Joe explain to you what diaper play was? And
I still don't know what it is.
Yeah, Joe, do you want to?
No.
Joe, you want to let us in?
I mentioned it in passing that it was something that was, pretty important to me, and she
Joe,
didn't react.
Could you pause this because it's fucking. You know what? Here's why these things work on so many stations. Plausible deniability. They had plausible deniability right up to that point. Even based on all the past performances being fake, phony, set up bullshit, I had no proof at all that Joe and fucking, what's her name?
Allison.
Joe and Allison weren't a real couple. Perhaps they actually did find something. And then they throw in, and here's all I'm picturing. All right, Joe, you there? All right, when we go on the air, here's going to be the thing. You had your date. It went great. But now at the end of this, you're going to have told her that you're into diaper play. Really? Yeah. So, all right, we're going to tape this in a couple of minutes. Remember now, diaper play, and you're really into it, okay? You're really into it. Don't make it sound weird. It's just something you do. And Allison, you there? Yes. You are disgusted by this. Well, I would be, Todd. That's exactly what happened behind the scenes. They go this far with it, and this is Jocktober. This is the hacky shit that they're feeding people. All right.
It's so funny how mad you are, because before the show, I was like, I'm already done. I'm listening to these things, and it's just so bad.
It's so bad.
And they have one of these every day, a new one. And it's like, if anyone's a frequent listener, how do you fall for it?
Yeah. Oh, they're on radio. They must know how to get these weird people that actually do these things. No, it's all fake. Fake, fakety, fake, fake.
They have 1,200 followers, their show Twitter page. How do they have this many listeners that had one bad date?
Right, one bad date, and they decide to call us. All right. Is there more to that?
It's just Todd wraps it up with some humor.
All right.
I thought she was fine with it. So,
Joe, what is it?
What is it?
Yeah, can you define it?
We all wore diapers when we were kids, right? And it's sort of, it gives me pleasure, to put on a diaper once in a while. What's the big deal? I mean, you're making so much out of it.
Oh, my God, what's the big deal? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Oh, come on, we're all going to wind up the diapers again someday.
No. There's no conversation here. What's the big deal?
Well, come on. I mean, there's all sorts of things that we have so much in common. I mean,
you're subjecting me to this.
I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, you put on a diaper, and once in a while, especially, it started. I was on a long trip one time, and I said, oh, man,
I have to go. You guys, please understand.
I have to
hang
go.
up. I don't want to live
let's
this
get
through
together again.
Let's talk another time about something else. But no, Joe, never again.
Okay.
Never
All right.
text me,
Allison, you sound like you're going to have a panic attack. You can hang up. It's all right. It's okay.
I wear diapers, but I mean, she's
How do I get my $40? How do I get my $40 for the bit that we just did? And could you picture a first date? Could you imagine on your first date that the guy would bring that up?
Yeah, why?
Why would he bring that up? Why am I trying to explain these? Why I get roped in? This is an exact thing of how I get with Twitter. This is why I start. I'm like, ugh, fuck this. I hate it. Fuck. And then it's like, what? Would he say that? Yeah.
That's true. You overanalyze it, and it's just hurting yourself.
Yes, it is.
Just let it
just
go.
just hurting myself. Well, that was great. You wrapped it up in a package.
That was the continuation.
Yeah. But he wraps it up in a nice little package. Oh, good. Let's see.
Maybe she's the crazy one.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Yeah, you know what? Let's call it even.
Okay, I don't know. She seemed to be fine with it at the time, but I guess she didn't understand.
I guess you're going to have to find someone else to powder your bum there.
There's got to be somebody out there for me. I thank you guys for trying.
Thank you, Joe.
Right.
Okay.
Where was... You said he wrapped it up with some humor.
Oh, you didn't hear Todd?
No.
Yeah, he just cut out at the end, I guess.
That was nothing. Oh, God. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Another Todd and Jayde in the morning for Jocktober. Oh, just exposing this shite for what it is. Utter shite. Whew, that was a bad one. Fucking diapers. And you can tell Joe. It's always the same type of guy, too. I don't know. Hey, we went out. Everything was going good, all right? And then this fucking... I said, I like diapers. And then it just goes bad from the other girl. Well, let me tell you. And the jocks, oh, look out. It's the audio version of this. Huh? Look, I wear diapers. Well, I'm not going out with you if you wear diapers. Well, why don't you come with me? I wear diapers.